Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Dr. Donna. I got to keep it simple and quick. I am in between appointments, and as we know, I have decided that I'm gonna do a live every single day. I think I might need my water. Let me check. It's hot. It's been sitting in the car. They're notifying people. Hey there, Atlas. How you doing today? How was class? Did you go to class today? I was getting ready to talk about you too, so I'm glad you're here. Yeah, so I'm here in the afternoon. I'm in between appointments. My daughter and I have three appointments, so we're getting ready to go put together a elliptical machine after this. So it's going to be really, really quick. Yesterday, for the semester. Oh, so how did finals go? Oh, now it's finals. Okay, so finals start next week. Is that what it is? Are you ready? Are you ready for finals, Atlas? Going to be studying a lot. Let me tell you, you want to know the tactic that I used when I was in college to get through finals? I can tell you what I did. So, as you know, my bachelor's degree is in public law and government. And what I did was my friend Nikita and I, in our junior year and senior year, we would study 2 weeks before finals. Because the library was empty, everybody's still kicking it. They think they got time. They're going to make it up the week before finals. And then the week of finals, we already had our little ring of everything ready to go. And I actually, let me grab one now because I still use them. So because I had to remember so many different court cases and everything, these are my 74 principles of real leadership. But I used to do these for every class, and I made them for every class. And so I would flip through them and remember the court cases because it was so many of them. By the time I got to my junior year, we were doing blue book exams. I don't even know if they still have those. But I prepared 2 weeks before. And then the week of finals, when everybody was pulling their hair out and everything else, we would just be chilling. And we would go to a place called Touchdowns because they had 25-cent wings. Chill at Touchdowns. It's right there in Ann Arbor the entire time. So next semester, try that method. Go 2 weeks before so you can have everything ready to go, and then just use these cards if you can. But everything is automated now, so you might be using Google Keep, Google Notes, or something like that. Just a method that I used. It worked. I ended up, my GPA got higher as I went through college, so initially it was like a 2.5, then 3.0, and I think my transcript is downstairs, but I think my last semester I got like a 3.8, 3.7 or something like that, which, is pretty doggone good in college. So today we're talking about motivation, and Atlas, I was thinking about you because remember the last live that you were on in the morning, and you said, motivate me, Dr. Donna, so I could go to class. And I said, yeah, okay, get your ass out the bed and go to class. And that was my motivation for you. And you went to class and checked back in with me, and it worked out. Because I don't believe in motivation. You asking somebody who trained privates. So our motivation is, you need to be motivated. Get down in the front leaning rest position and go ahead and beat your face. Do some diamonds. Put your chin in there. You'll be motivated. Definitely be motivated. So by the time I left basic training, I was doing what they call diamond push-ups. So I would literally put my feet on the desk and go all the way down from the desk, and I could put my chin in. That's a diamond. So I could put my chin. They call them elevated push-ups. I was that good back then. So motivation is like showering. You're going to have to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. So it's really not something that you can actually do. And I like to say you might need some tenacious love and care. My daughter thought TLC actually meant tenacious love and care. She's like, ma'am, I was 12 years old before I realized it meant tender love and care. But my colonel on ROTC used to say it all the time. We're going to give you some TLC there, Dad Thomas. We're going to get DT. That's what they used to call me too. We're going to give you some tenacious love and care. Now come on, let's do this. So that's basically what that was the other day, is that you need tenacious love and care, because tender love and care is not going to let you get these good grades when you take your finals next week. That's not what's going to get you to do that. So you need definitely some different type of motivation. And sometimes I always say, sometimes you need a nice little hug. Hey, rarely do I give out hugs, but most of the time you just need a swift kick. So the next time you want to be motivated, don't ask, hey, motivate me, because you're going to get a swift kick, and I'm going to keep it a buck, keep it 100, and tell you exactly what it is that you need to do, because best is on the other side of getting through the things that you actually need to do. Now, I used to think you could motivate people, and when I was a speaker, I tried to motivate people. I literally would go to places and be like, yeah, it's safety, we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And then people would just lose momentum. And that's, again, how come I say everything is in your daily. Even when I was in a union facility in Michigan, I made this program called Dollar Days. So everybody that operated at 85% efficiency, they got one Frito dollar. And then they would be able to go shop in the Frito-Lay catalog. And it was very effective. I mean, people got Adidas tracksuits, backpacks for their kids, coolers, koozies, all kind of things. And so it wasn't a lot of money, but it was the fact that they were able to get these things because it showed and represented that they were motivated employees, if you will call them that. But I just don't believe in motivation because it wears off, because you need somebody else. And if you need an external stimulus to go do something else externally, then it's never going to work. And confidence is built from the inside out. So the more you can build your competence and your technical skills, you're going to be confident and you're going to be competent. And now you don't need anybody else to motivate you. Now, I'm not saying sometimes when I was in aerosol school and my hands were injured and everything, I listened to Mary Mary, I Can't Give Up Now, because I didn't have skin on my hands. So sometimes you do need a little push, because if you don't have skin on your hands and now you got to go do a 12-mile road march at Port Arms in full gear and get it done in 3 hours, that's when you actually need just a little bit of motivation. But most of the time, it's because you don't want to do the thing that you have to do. So another system or tactic that I use is a why card. I charted several Toastmasters clubs here. Toastmasters is a great organization based upon communication and leadership. And what we did at the Lunchtime Talkers is everybody, when they joined, they had to fill out a why card. So why are you here? Why are you in Toastmasters? And what's your educational goal? Because Toastmasters is an educational organization. And every quarter, I would pull those why cards out when I was president, and I would hand them to everybody, because about 10 weeks in, people started getting, I don't feel like giving speeches, and what am I doing? And then I pull out that why card, and they go, is that what I put down? Is that was that my educational goal? Yes, it was. And here you go. So here's some evidence, here's some proof that you signed up to do this thing. So if you are finding that you are having difficulty and you feel like you need somebody to motivate you, you don't. What you actually need is a why card. As soon as you get it, and again, I love 3x5 cards. I said this when I use more stuff in my daily. You get your 3x5 card. You put it, if you want multiple 3x5 cards, and you place them wherever you are in your car. You can take a picture of it and put it in your phone. And I don't recommend that you don't have it as a piece of paper, because when it's a piece of paper, you can touch it. The brain processes the information differently than if it's digital, and Y cards actually do work. So that's another thing that you can use. Also, I used to write down, I was a fan of Brian Tracy for many years, and I have all these little bitty tiny notebooks. He said, write your goals down every day, write your goals down every day, write your goals down every day, and they're going to happen. And there wasn't an actual connection. Even though I was writing them down every day and writing them down every day, the goals didn't actually match me. So I don't write down my goals every day. Right now I have one goal, and it's for 100,000 people to become real leaders. That's we call BHAGs. That's a big, hairy, audacious goal. Got that from Frito-Lay as well. And that's my actual BHAG, is that I want there to be, before I die, 100,000 people who have held themselves personally accountable for 365 consecutive days, and they are paying it forward. They are paying it forward. They are paying it forward. That is my objective now, because I've accomplished so many other things, and money and car and house, I did all that stuff is off the list now. I don't need to do any of those things anymore. I mean, once you've had for me, I've had those experiences, and now I want new experiences. And so my objective when I wake up is it's 100,000, it's 100,000, it's 100,000, and that's what I'm going for. So to go back again, I used to write down those goals, but it just wasn't a connection. It wasn't something that I really wanted to do. So it's like I used to say I'm going to be 3, Dr. Donna. So I'm going to be a billionaire. But I've been around enough wealthy people now that I'm like, I'm good. Miss me on that. I'm good. That's not objective of mine anymore. And so making an impact, making a lasting impression, having 100,000 real leaders in the world is going to mean so much more to the world. That's 100,000 people holding themselves personally accountable, and then they're going to hold other people accountable, and that's going to be better. And there's this old, I think it's the Chinese proverb. If it's not Chinese, I do apologize, but it says that wise people will plant trees for which shade they will never sit under. And that's important. So I'm building real leader trees that I'm never going to ever be able to sit in the shade under, because by the time they keep it going, I'm going to be long gone. But real leadership is still going to be here. Personal accountability is still going to be here. And those are the things that make me motivated, if you will. So if you find yourself having to do something. Now in college, Atlas, I get it. you're in college and you got to do a whole bunch of things that you don't necessarily want to do, because the first 2 years of college, in my opinion, is a bunch of BS. I don't even think you need all them general study classes. That's just to weed people out. But that's teaching you how to be strong and be committed and learn how to do things that you don't want to do. The Great Debaters is a good movie, and one of the sayings in there is we do what we have to do what we want to. So that's another thing that you can do. Now, I hate eating oatmeal, and I've said this on previous lives. I mean, I can't. I have put fruit. I have put everything in it. Can't stand oatmeal. Don't send me your recipes, because it's just, I just don't. I feel like I'm eating, unfortunately, boogers. I'm like, ugh, slimy is nasty. But I inherited bad, cholesterol from my grandfather. So I eat a bowl of oatmeal every day, and I just eat it and shovel it in and just eat it. Why? I'm doing it because I don't want to go to the doctor and they say, hey, your cholesterol is high and now we got to put you on prescription medication. So I'm 50. I don't take any prescription medications for anything at all. Nothing. So when you have a different reason, and I have a why. So when I'm eating this oatmeal every morning, I eat it about 7:30. I'm just shoveling it in. Ugh, I hate it. But I know why I'm doing it. So when you don't want to do something and you have a big giant why, I don't want high cholesterol, then you shovel the oatmeal in. And that's what you do. So having a why is better than having somebody or something motivate you, because even that will wear off. But when you can look at that why card, you can say, okay, I'm doing this because this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm eating oatmeal. I know why I'm going to help my daughter go build this elliptical machine. Well, I'm going to cut the boxes. She's going to build it. But I know why I'm there, because I'm teaching her how to run a business, good customer service, best practices, and she's little, so if we need my long, y'all see my arms are out of frame. They're so doggone long that if I need to pick up something or carry something for her or hold something, then that's what I'm there for. And there's this tendency to think that we're supposed to be comfortable. We're supposed to be comfortable, and I'm going to tell you about comfort. Comfort is the road to the sticky road to rutness, where you're going to end up being stuck in your comfort zone like this, so you're just going to be stuck. You be like, ooh, look how comfortable I am. Look how comfortable. I'm so comfortable. Oh, I'm so comfortable. You're not. And the more you sit down, this is the first generation that has a sedentary lifestyle. And that's why they now have those standing uplift desks, because they say that sitting is the new smoking. So can you imagine that sitting has turned into the same impact on your body, basically from a health perspective, of smoking. So you don't want to be comfortable. The only time you want to be comfortable, the only time I'm comfortable is if I'm ill or I'm asleep. Other than that, absolutely no comfort, because comfort is overrated. And I say live life on the edge, because what happens is when something catastrophic happens to you, if you're already on the edge and you got, your mental muscles, your physical muscles, you're physically, mentally, and spiritually strong, you're ready for it. But if you've been chilling on the game, binge watching everything, eating and all of that, then something minor happens and you're not ready for it. And now you're talking about you need somebody to motivate you. But if you got your why, you don't need anybody to motivate you. You don't need it, because you're already getting up. I've been doing my lives since November 4th, and now we're December 7th. So I've done 33 lives. And I've been there every day. And I've done it different times a day. Sometimes there's nobody on the live. I'll be talking to myself for 20 minutes. But I'm committed to doing these lives. And now I even started doing them earlier in the morning, because I wake up at 3:50. So I do it around about 5:30, between 5:30 and 6:30, I'll do the live then. And this is an inconvenience for me, but I said I was going to start doing lives because I wanted people to get a further understanding of personal accountability and what it means to be a real leader. And I have committed to do that. And I know people do lives and they might do them. I don't know if they do them every day. I see people sporadically as I'm scrolling through my TikTok. But the point is, I don't need any motivation to do the live, because I know why I'm doing it. Teenagers can't work with me. You got to be 18 or over. I'm giving people this information. You might be in a different country on a different timeline, and you just might want to just understand what it means to be a real leader. And some people are just like, wow, Dr. Donna's live. Let me go check her out and see what's happening. And that's what I'm here for too. So motivation isn't effective because it wears off. Because it wears off. So you're going to have to do it again. It's like showering. The next day, you're going to need it again. You're going to need it again. You're going to need it again. But when you have that why card, when you say, why am I doing this? Why do I eat oatmeal every day? Because I want low cholesterol. When you do that, it's going to be your motivator. So you get you some cards and you just say why for everything that you're doing, especially especially if you don't want to do it. So instead of having motivation, have why cards. Why are you in college? Why are you at this job? Why are you saving money? Why are you living with a roommate so that you can save money maybe to buy a house? So then you remember that when your noisy roommate is getting on your nerves. I'm doing this because I'm saving money to buy a house. I'm doing this so I can start a business. Whatever it is, when you have a why card, that's the tactic that's going to actually get you to the goal. Because when you're saying I need to be motivated, you kind of forgot what the goal was. And that's what turnaround tactics are. Turnaround tactics actually teach you what you need to do, those small interim actions that you take so you can get to the big long-term goal. That is the purpose of turnaround tactics. That's why I have these lives as well, so you can start with a tactic. And I say it all the time, people have dumbass plans. What is a dumbass plan? It's something that's never going to lead you to your goal, but it sounds like a good idea. Sounds like, so let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. And so you say, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds, so I'm going to eat better. That's the dumbass plan. What does eat better look like? Are you going green? Are you going vegan? Are you going to cut out carbs? Are you going to cut out sugar? What does that actually mean? That's a tactic. But I'm going to just eat better is a dumbass plan, and you're never going to lose the 20 pounds. So it's absurd to think that you are. A tactic, and I use SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, but I don't necessarily like using it because a tactic is just a detailed strategy that says, it's like a micro strategy in order for you to get to your ultimate goal. That's why you're there. That's why you have it. And that's what the purpose of it is. So in summary, because I do need to get out of here, I still have to eat my lunch. And I had lunch. I had a light lunch, but I'm hungry again, and I'm going to need some fuel to be able to put this elliptical together. Basically, what I'm saying is motivation is like showering. You're going to have to do it again and again and again and again and again and again. It doesn't work. Instead, get a why card. Put the goal at the top. I want to graduate from college. I want to buy a house. I want to become a better person. I want to lose some weight. And then list the why you're doing it, and then list the tactic for you to do it. So I eat my oatmeal every day because I don't want to have high cholesterol. I don't need a white card for that. I've been doing this for years. But for people, when you're just starting out, you actually need to be able to see the tactic, see the why, and then you won't have to be motivated. And once you accomplish that goal, you just rinse and repeat for everything that you're going to do. One of the principles of real leadership is be the best. And in the book, I talk about be the best here. And once you best that area, then you best another area. Then you best another area, you best another area. And then the next thing you know, you look up and you just living your best life. Everything that you do is at this pristine level because you're being tactical and you're accomplishing your strategic goals day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. So for those of you who are on the live, I decided that when I do a live, I'm actually going to put it on my YouTube channel again. So if you're watching it here or in the future on YouTube, no more motivation, okay? No more motivation. Get your why cards out and be tactical. Have your strategic goal and then set up your baby tactics. And if you're having an issue with your tactics, go to my website, theturnarounddoctor.com. Sign up for Turnaround Tactics. You get your tactic in 24 hours or less, coming straight from me. I don't have anybody working for me. Ain't no computer, no spots or bots. It's literally me and you. Boom, boom, boom. Bada bing, bada boom. You got your tactics and you're ready to go. And for those of you who want something bigger, better, badder, bolder, and you ready to go 365 with me, you can sign up for RO 365. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending the live. I do value and appreciate the time that you took to check to click to see what's happening. No more motivation. Get your why cards. Don't have a dumbass plan. Have a tactic instead. I'm Dr. Donna, and I will see you all next time. Adios.